Along to the Grime Scene Investigation Podcast, episode 11. I'm here with T. How you doing, mate?
Yeah, I'm all good, bro. You good?
Yeah, not bad, bruv. We've had so the war's rumbled on. Now Doc Rotten has finally turned his attention to the people that have been sending for him. Most notably SBK. We've had a couple of back and forths from them now. Doc Rotten's been on his thing, man. He's been doing a track every day. And a few of them have involved, shots being fired and Patton, that war dub. That was sick. What do we think of that, bro?
Yeah, that was that's Dot in his element. What I mean by that is Dot is he drops lyrics, like cold lyrics, and he's direct with it. You know what I mean? He mentions MCs by their names. You know what I mean? He
straight up.
You know what I mean? There's no like indirect or nothing. It's just straight artist bars. He mentions AJ Tracy, Saskilla, Big Zoom. He mentions MCs that are at the top of their game right now, as well as the younger MCs who are sent for him. So obviously we know he's sent for SBK with the lyric about the Superbike will just speed past SBK. There was a mention of Donny. There's a mention of AP Dizzle, and he just, you know what I mean? He goes direct. That's what I like about Dot. You know what I mean? He goes direct. He mentions, he calls out the MCs that have mentioned him on Twitter, basically. You know, they ain't mentioned him in a word dub, but they've either indirected him or mentioned him by name. And he just says, like, you know what I mean? Like, well, if you've got something to say to me, boom, here's a dub. Say something to me on lyrics, you know what I mean? And he calls them all out. SBK's the only one at the moment who has stepped up from the reply, and he said, right, boom, SBK dropped. He's not rotten. I love the name Not Rotten as well. Like, I think that's clever. And SBK was just that. SBK went in. Like, to me, he's the young Prince of Grime, innit? I mean, Wiley's the Godfather. People can claim to be the king and that, but yeah, man, like SBK replied, but the dot send was just a little come at me, innit? You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's it. I think SBK's really took his opportunity. SBK's been on fire recently, innit? He done his EP last week. And he's really taking this opportunity. Now, yeah, and like I said, and he spat on Godlike by Footsie. That is one of my favourite all-time grime instrumentals. Great choice of a beat right there.
Yeah,
and he murked it, brother. And he's making me think now, like maybe he is actually the best of his generation, innit? Like of the youngest. He's so sick. He's got rotten here. Yeah, he's dismantled him, bruv.
You know what I like about SBK, like the hunger that the guy shows for grime, the love that he shows for grime. It's not just like a job for him sort of thing. He goes studio, records, and then goes about his. He actually loves grime. He eats, sleeps it. You know what I mean? And like Dot sent for grime, so SBK just thought, you know what, I'm grime, innit? So here's a dub back, and we might get a back and forth out of it. Dot might reply again because I think he have to, because SBK said a lot of stuff. You know what I mean? And you know, I just think, yeah, man, this could be a really good war because we got an established MC against an up and coming MC who's levels for anyone. You know what I mean? Like SBK can hold it up. Let's be honest. Same with Tommy B. These youngsters can hold it up. You know what I mean? So SBK went at his neck, and Dot's just like, well, that's it. Let's go, innit? Because Dot loves it, man.
Exactly, and SBK's doing everything right, man. Because he's because they're both like, this is the only thing though, because they're both independent artists.
Yes,
and they're not getting any coverage, which is a real shame because it's such quality war. But SBK's war dub was sick.
Yeah, I love it.
He had some great tributes in there. Do you know what I mean? Like paying a bit of relegation rhythm, and all of that sort of thing. Do you know what I mean? Like he's really done his homework there. Really, really like what he's done with that war. That's an instant classic for me. That's a great war dub. Obviously sent shots again at Yizzy and T
T-Rhodes,
Rhodes.
yeah.
So they need to get bruv. Yizzy against SBK, that could be a real like that would be sick. That'd be like two of the top young grime MCs going at each other. And I mean, like when you say who's the best young, the best new gen MC, you think the names fly straight at you. You got your novelists, your SBKs, Tommy B, Yizzy, Elf Kid. Even Bugsy Malone, I would put in that category. Do you know what I mean? That camp, relatively speaking, he is new gen. Do you know what I mean? And like these guys, they're shelling it down, man. And SBK, he's really putting in the work. And I think it's just a shame that others aren't shedding more light on this, but it's getting more exposure because then it should get more views in that. Do you know what I mean? Because there's no reason why this couldn't be as big as Chip versus Bugsy Malone. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Different sort of MCs from that war, but like you said, it's biased reporting that really gets my, it grinds my gears. It's just the biasness, you know what I mean? You got this person who won't write about Dot, or this person will look at SBK as just a young MC and not bother writing about him. And it's like, you know what I mean? You can't report on the war if you're not going to be honest, and you can't just write about one MC. You've got to write about everyone that's involved in it to get the full report, basically.
Exactly.
I don't like the biasness of the scene. I don't like it.
I know it's not right. It's like you should cover it all, bruv. Because this is what I'm saying. It's like, and it's not fair. And people will go around saying, "Oh, why is grime?" They'll say things about the scene, and the state of it. But then, like, if you think grime's dying, but then at the same time you're not paying attention to these. But bruv, you're like you said, you always say this, innit? Like you're looking in the wrong place, bruv. If you actually, take it upon yourself to go and actually check shit out, you'll realise it's never been bigger. Do you know what I mean? Like it's
definitely. It's just that the major platforms are the last place you should look for grime. Honestly, I'm not being disrespectful, but they just don't do what they're meant to do, what they're there for. You know what I mean? And let's be honest, without the MCs, producers, DJs, or anything else involved with grime, they wouldn't have a career. So you know what I mean?
Exactly. But like, well, hopefully this will rumble on in it, and like people need to. I don't know what it is about Dot Rotten, why people were so shook to reply to him, innit? Because like, Jamie, whenever anyone mentions about Dot Rotten to him, he's quiet, innit? Like this is what Dot Rotten was saying. He's not BBK, it's BBQ. Like, be quiet. Do you know what I mean? It's true, man. They're all silent, bruv. They like, and I don't understand how they can just air Dot Rotten. He's embarrassing him. Do you know what I mean? Like with the stuff he's saying to him. Do you know what I mean? And then you got he's sending Sass Killer. He's another one, because he talks a lot in it, like on the Twitter and that. But I haven't heard a war dub from him for years, bruv. Do you know what I mean? Like he's got what? Why is he? Does he think he's too big? Do these MCs think they're too big for Dot Rotten? Because if they do, they're fucking. They ain't got a clue. Do you know what I'm saying?
No, they can't think that, because if we're going to be really honest, Dot Rotten's above a lot of them in terms of like stature. And not only that, he's a better MC than a lot of them as well. I mean, no disrespect to them MCs. I mean, no disrespect at all. But we're talking Dot Rotten, not just any guy. We're talking Dot Rotten. He's established. I mean, even P Money gave him his respect after they clashed. You know what I mean? P said, like, he's a hard MC. Like, P never overlooked him. So for any other MC to think like that, you're just being a pagan, to be honest, because Dr. Rotten's levels. But to be honest, I can sort of like see Wiley, Skeptors and these don't get involved, because they've been there, done that. Skeptor's been there, done that. He's now breaking new ground in the US and doing all this and all that. He ain't really got to get involved in the ground war, really, innit?
That's true. Yeah, Skeptor, he's done everything. He's achieved everything he needs to, really. But like people like Jamie, for example, who's never been in a clash or never been in a war at all. What's he afraid of? Do you know what I'm saying? I'm not being funny. Like I like Jamie's a legend. Do you know what I mean? But like,
definitely,
and it's not like I'm not being funny. But do you know what I was thinking the other day to myself? Right, I was thinking, has Dot Rotten ever like actually convincingly won a war? Do you know what I mean? Like he's been in loads. I can't actually think of one that. I mean,
has he actually on the opposite side of the coin? But has he actually lost convincingly a war as well? Because a lot of people
I think he lost to P Money. But...
Yeah, but what I'm saying is a lot of people on the Twitter they debate that. That's a debatable for them. Like to them, it's not a one-sided thing that P won easily. A lot of them say Dot won. A lot of them say P won. So it's never lost convincingly. And to be honest, he sent for Wiley when he was part of Hood Stars. He's one of the best sends in Grime. So,
yeah, that's true.
You know what I mean? Dot's that's what I'm saying. Dot's a levels MC. He's right up the top. He's not just any guy. He's a top level MC. So people need to put a bit more respect on his name, really.
And that's the other thing. And to be fair with Dot Rotten as well, it's not like there's bare ammunition you can use on him. You could, I reckon, you or me could easily write 96 bars about Dot Rotten. Do you know what I mean?
Definitely.
It's not like there's not much to go on, bro. It's not like he's, like an angel or nothing. Do you know what I'm saying? There's you got a lot of ammunition on him, and I just don't understand why not more people are stepping up to him, because I don't, that's an opportunity, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly that, bro. I don't. It confuses me as well.
I wonder if people just don't want to smoke. They actually, do you know what I mean? They can't handle it. They'd rather not. Do you know what I mean? Because they know what he's capable of. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because I agree, because Dot's one of them as well, where I don't think Dot will stop until he's actually won. Because it's just, you know what I mean? He's relentless since the turn of the year. I mean, how many dubs have we had from Dot Rotten? He's just been, his work rate's off the chain. I
know, exactly. He's been absolutely he's the definition of work rate. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and
it really is. People, I mean, the levels are so high in Grime for work rate. Do you know what I mean? Even people just releasing bodies of work and singles all the time. Wiley, SBK, Maxwell D, President T, people like that, and P Money. Just the levels, the work rate is so high, man. And Dot Rotten more so than anyone.
Right,
he's literally making a tune every day. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, right now. That's what I mean. How many MCs want to go with war with a guy that's gonna make 15 dubs of you or something like that? You know what I mean? A lot of MCs are just gonna be like, nah, man, I'll just give you one and done.
Exactly. And that's why I respect people like JK in it that did actually reply to Dot Rotten and stuff.
Yeah, definitely.
Big up JK, big up SBK, big up everyone that actually engages in the war and that, because it's not such a fashionable thing these days. I mean, it is when it's Wiley Stormzy. Well, not even it is when it's Stormzy, basically, because Wiley was clashing Dot, and that wasn't didn't get as much attention as Wiley Stormzy. Obviously, Stormzy's kind of a big name in it, so on a global level as well. So naturally that was going to get more, but this is it, man. But it's not. It doesn't end with Wiley and Stormzy, bro. It's it goes well beyond that, and the quality is actually in these war dubs. They're actually, I would say, even better than what was happening in Wiley Stormzy. The lyricism that you'll get from Dot Rotten or any of these other MCs, you won't find that in a Stormzy. Do you know what I'm saying?
And another thing that a lot of Stormzy's fans don't get is that MCs like Dot Rotten are bigger names in Grime terms than Stormzy.
Oh, big time. Stormzy's a drop in the ocean compared to Dot Rotten when it comes to Grime, no doubt about it.
Yeah, the legacy that Dot's got compared to Stormzy. Don't get me wrong, Stormzy's a massive artist, but he's more mainstream right now, isn't it? But in terms of Grime and things that have been done in Grime, Dot Rotten's a much bigger name. No disrespect to Stormzy, I love him. I think he's a brilliant MC, artist, whatever you want to call him. Yeah. But in terms of Grime, Dot is better. A bigger name, sorry.
100%, and that's the thing. This is what I was saying. Wiley against Dot Rotten. That was a way more significant and bigger war than Wiley Stormzy, innit? These are two legends that are the roots of going way back through the scene. They've had history. They've had beefs before. Do you know what I'm saying? There's a lot. There's a lot in that. Whereas Wiley Stormzy, that was Stormzy's first war. He's a rapper, really. He was doing it on drill, and that's getting way more hype than do you know what I'm saying? Than any other and it's not even Dot Rotten Wiley, but when people like JK were getting involved, etc. These people this is what I'm saying. It's not right, bruv. How it's not getting the attention or the views or anything that. But still, I'm sure. To be fair, off the back of Wiley Stormzy, it has brought in maybe some new fans. You know what I mean? That have gone and listened to night bus play. Sorry, wars like that, and they will have done a bit of homework. Well, you never know; it might have attracted a few new fans, innit? But
yeah, definitely.
there's been plenty of new music this week. So let's start with Wiley. First of all, happy birthday, Wiley.
Yeah, big
Godfather,
up the Godfather
the
on his
god of grime,
birthday.
bro. Legend.
Yeah, man.
Do you know what I'm saying? Like, this is the thing. Wiley, the grime scene will forever be in debt to him. Do you know what I'm saying? And everyone involved in the grime scene, every MC, DJ, producer, supporter, whatever you are, whatever capacity you're in, if you're associated with grime, you know, do you know what I'm saying? You owe a debt to
Yeah.
Wiley. He's basically the founder of it, you know, the gatekeeper. He's done how many albums, how many projects, how many singles, how many different like things he's tried out and murked it, how many wars he's been in, everything he's done, the quotes, the interviews, even things like that, the people he's brought through. You know, you cannot understate what he's done for the scene.
Definitely not. And if you do, then you just don't know grime. Simple as. If you like, Wiley is grime. It's as simple as that. Wiley is grime. The reason why it's what it is today is down to Wiley, and not just Wiley, but you know what I mean. He's played as big a part as anyone. Like, if not, it's
Like,
all
that's
that.
it.
Yeah, you know what I mean. He is grime, and yeah, he's come. We know he's got Godfather 3 coming out. I don't know when it's coming out because you know what Wiley's like. You know what I mean.
Yeah.
But yeah, we got we've heard a couple of singles from the release, actually.
Yeah.
We had Mazza alongside Screwfizzer.
That was sick, bro.
Sick,
That was
Jack.
sick, mate. Screwfizz went in, the
Yeah.
beat thing, mate. That was levels.
And then there was back-to-back with the other legend, DEE, which was
Mate.
hard. You know what I mean? You just got, oh, mate, what can you say? Wiley.
It doesn't get much better than Wiley back-to-back with DEE, does it?
That's probably lots of people's top 2 MCs in the game, and they're on the same track back to back. And yeah, like, and Wiley's he's actually appearing in videos, which is so weird to me now to actually see in 2020 Wiley in videos. I don't know if you feel the same, but it just feels so weird to me because Wiley's got this like not turning up to video reputation
in it.
Yeah, you know what I mean? It's just mad to see him in videos in 2020.
It's true. It's like, it's not just the work rate. It's not just the making music. He did 2 videos in the Stormzy War. He's done a video for the game, like the lead single for Godfather 3. Like, he'd done a video for it. It's like, yeah, it is mad to see. Like, it's like he's turned the corner. Maybe that's too soon to say, innit? But like,
It's
we've
mad
had some.
because what is he, 41 today?
I think he might be a little bit. He might be 42, 43.
And he's worked. I think he is definitely 41 actually. 1979. Yeah.
Oh yeah, sorry.
Yeah. So he's 41 today, and his work rate seems to be even higher now. You know what I mean? And yeah, I'm all for it, man. I think that, you know, I'm really looking forward to Godfather 3 because the tracks that he's dropping at the moment, like, and the names that he's featuring on them as well. Scoofy's a DEE, and it's just, whoa, man. Like, I'm so excited for Godfather 3. Wiley, please let us know when it's gonna drop.
And the productions are levels as well. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. It's just,
and that's it. That's the other thing as well. Like, the thing is, people always say about Wiley's age, innit? But I saw someone tweet this. It's very fucking true. The fact that actually to maintain those levels and that relevance for 20 years, yeah, there's not many in like any genre in any country, whatever, yeah, or even any profession, bruv, that can hold it down like Wiley has for 20 years solid. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, even back to the solid days and that. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, before grime even existed, like, he was doing garage and stuff, and then he invented grime. Like, all the roads lead to Wiley, innit? Like, you know, for me, in my opinion, there's 4 gods of grime, innit? There's, for me, Wiley, Dizzy Rascal, Skepta, and Kano, yeah. And like all 3 of the others, yeah, they're all like, they can all point to a moment like where Wiley was involved, like early days. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, Dizzy Rascal is obvious, you know, like how Wiley influenced him. Skepta as well. Wiley was the one that got Skepta to come off the decks and become an MC in it. Kano, you know, like the first Lord of the Mics in it. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, so Wiley, he's got fingers in every pie in it, in grime, really, and like, what he's done for the scene, you can't diss him, like, and you can't diss his age as well. The fact that he's been able to keep up with everything. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, because we see a lot of like a lot of people that were around like early days, and they haven't really caught up with times. They don't really know about, like, they're still not too comfortable with social media and stuff. I think like maybe like Dizzy Rascal, Kano, Skepta are little examples of that, or D, like, who aren't so much on the social media game. Like Wiley runs social media. Do you know what I'm saying? Like in comparison, so like and stuff like this, like he's always adapting, he's always learning. He's like it's mad. Like he's such a legend. It like can't even gas it enough.
And you know the other thing, when you mentioned the other three MCs, Kano, Dizzy, and Skepta, if you look at it, you will see that they've all had a certain period away from music where they haven't dropped any music for, say, a year, maybe two. Wiley has never had that sort of break. Wiley has been consistently releasing music for 20 plus years. I mean, that's to have that sort of work rate and still have that sort of work rate. It's just like you said, not many people can claim that in any genre. It's just crazy, isn't it, really? The love that he has for this scene, and I'm all for it, man.
Exactly, it's that burning, that fire in his belly. It's never even like died down, let alone gone out. Do you know what I'm saying? It's true. Like, it's true what you said there. Like every MC you can name, all the legends, bruv, they've all had to take a little bit of time out in it, like here and there. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, not, like, and fair play. We're all human in it, but like Wiley's just on some next level. And I think even when he does feel down, he'll just make music anyway. Do you know what I mean? And he'll just channel that into the music. And this is the other thing about Wiley. Like, what I haven't really seen anyone mention is the actual artwork for Godfather 3. I love it. Like the mashup of all the like iconic sort of moments you can see him from, like when he was getting his MBE, like the Roman Road, all that sort of thing. Like, and you can see like his face from like certain famous interviews and stuff he's done. And the stuff the guys achieved, like I love the artwork for Godfather 3. That alone is gassing me for the album. Like, let alone so these 3 singles he dropped. So he dropped Sizes, Mazza, and Back to Back with DWE. Like, he deleted them all as well, innit? Like, he deleted, like in typical Wiley fashion, he deleted them all off YouTube. But obviously, he uploaded a couple of them again. I think you can find the others like elsewhere, on YouTube. Like, other people have obviously like downloaded it and re-uploaded it, but like even the Stormzy dubs, I think he took down the game off Spotify. So like, but some of it's coming back obviously when he drops the album. And he's been flirting with like doing it like just physicals only, like JME or whatever, like delivering them by hand. I don't know, but like but yeah, man, he's the sooner the better really for Godfather 3. I think everyone's ready to hear it now. We've got all the attention still on him, like what was with the whole Stormzy thing, and these singles he's been dropping are mad, bruv. Like, this album's gonna be sick. Like the features as well. Because obviously he hasn't like revealed any of the features yet. We're only finding him out when he does these leaked singles, innit? And like, it's crazy, man. It's really looking forward to, like, I can't fucking wait for this album, bro. Do you know what I mean?
I know, like, the thing is, man, Wiley, just let us know a release date, man. Because, like, I'm so gassed with it. I want to hear it so bad, you know what I mean? Because I've heard so many people say this could be Wiley's greatest body of work and that. And it's just like, well, give it to us, man. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly, bro. Exactly. That's it. But yeah, in the meantime, there have been many other releases. So we've already gone over SBK, his dub for Dot Rotten. Dot Rotten's been doing a tune every day. Pattern, obviously, if you haven't listened to that, like, I don't know what you're doing with your life, innit? You have to fucking listen to that. It's mad. Grim Sicker's dropped a single. John Fury.
I haven't listened to that one.
Oh, have you know? Yeah, people go listen to that one. I like Grim Sickers. He's one of them. He's a good MC. Do you know what I mean? Like, I like John Fury. Like, that single he done. That was hard. Produced by Teddy, I think. Oh no, sorry, Novelist. His track was produced by Teddy. Pay What Is Owed.
Yeah, brilliant. Typical Novelist. You know what I mean? Like, obviously, he's one of the best young MCs in the game. He's not even young. He's one of the best MCs in the game. Yeah. So you know what you're getting with a Novelist track, innit?
Exactly, and this is in the build up. Tomorrow he's dropping his. I'm not sure if it's his project, in it, like Inferno. So the last 2 tracks he's done active, and this one, Pay What Is Owed, they're going to be on that album. So like, I'm looking forward to that, in it. Like,
yeah, that's definitely a cop. Definitely a cop in that one.
Novelist is on it. Jay Smart, he dropped a single as well, Blast.
Yeah,
that
Jay
was sick
Smart,
as well.
you know, one of the most underrated MCs in the business right now. I'm not even going to gas it. I just, you know, he's part of Shelly, and obviously he does a lot of work with SK, another person who's massively underrated. I don't know what people are hearing, man. More people need to start looking into Jay Smart, because Blast just shows you everything about him. You know what I mean? His flow, his lyrics. No, it's excellent track. Excellent track.
Exactly. And then as well, we had a little exclusive from Grizzly, in it. So like,
yeah, big up Grizzly, man.
Yeah, man, love you, bro. Like
Right.
He's got his project coming soon, innit? I can't wait for that, bruv. Especially like the what we've heard from it, like it's
man.
Mate. People like you can look forward to this one. Trust me, innit?
Yeah, you know what? I listened to the snippet.
Yeah,
and apart from the intro, the rest of it was so hard. You know what I mean? That track is so hard, man.
Yeah.
Just really looking forward to that. Really looking forward to hearing the final.
Yeah, trust, exactly. And then what was because at the end of last week you said there was a war dub.
It actually never come out. You know,
so is it just not coming out, or?
No, he's not dropping it now because it sort of died down. So.
Oh, is it? So
yeah,
you're not gonna know.
No, I can't. I've just sworn to secrecy, but you know, he's holding it back. So you know, it might see the light of day eventually, but
it's gonna be like Wiley's EP with Dirty Goods, in it.
the myth tape.
So yeah, I think everyone saw that top 10 war dubs, the list by
Boy, that caused a ruckus, innit?
That was a bruv. That was a slap in the face to every Grime fan. Do you know what I mean? Like, bruv.
That was a slap in the face to every Grime MC as well. Like,
mate, P Money getting vexed over it. Do you know what I mean? Like,
how you putting K Coke on it? How are you putting a rapper on the top 10 Grime list?
How are you putting a rapper first, bruv? Stormzy, shut up. Like, how is that first, bruv? In what fucking planet is that a top 1 war dub? Are you mad?
You know, if you're gonna write about Grime, get people that know about Grime. You know what I mean? It's just, you can't keep, like, this is not the first list that has done this sort of thing as well. And it's not the first platform. I mean, even Spotify, when you go onto their Grime playlist, you see MCs like, you see rappers like Nines in there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I take nothing away from their lyrical ability, but they're not Grime. You know what I mean? You can't put them in Grime lists. So I feel if you're gonna if you're gonna write about, if you're gonna make Grime playlists about, or you're just gonna blog about Grime, at least have someone that knows about Grime doing it.
And you have to have someone that's in the know. Do you know what I mean? Like, otherwise, it's always going to look like embarrassing. Do you know what I mean?
It's stupid. And then you got MCs like P Money calling you out when you could have just left the list. And now you've got someone like P Money at your next saying you're a joke. You know what I mean? Because let's be honest, the list was a joke. It
was a joke. And what we're going to do now, we're going to set the record straight with the GSI top 10 war dubs. Or are we going to say top 10 or top 5? Like, I mean, we're going to mention Bear in it, but like, I reckon we could do a top 5 for sure, innit?
I actually added NME with my personal top 10 list, and a couple of people said that I got it spot on, which is like big up myself. But yeah, you know what I mean. I actually added it NME. I've made my top 10 list anyway.
Okay, so tell us your top 10 then. What did you at NME with?
Right, well, one, like, for me personally, the best war dub of all time is Frisco School to Shroonil. Yeah, that's number 1. Mm-hmm. 2, Wiley Night Boss. I mean, come on, you know what I mean? It speaks for itself. Yeah. Wiley again was at number 3 with I'm a Sinner. Mm-hmm. 4 was a Young Devlin, Extra. Yeah,
legendary dub.
Legendary, definitely top 5. I don't know where Boy, did Enemy even have that in the list? I can't remember.
I don't know. That's a par if they haven't.
No,
Yeah.
innit? 5 was Rochi's Lord of the Mic send for Schooljar. No, how the man started off a dub with Hello. You know what I mean? It's just crazy. 6, I had Trim the Lowdown.
Yeah.
7 was Dot Rotten Can't These Hood Stars, aimed at Wiley, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
8 was P Money Lies in the Booth for Dot. 9 was Retry to Metaphorically Speaking. And 10 was Stormy's 9-minute slew, which was flipping out 9 minutes of fire. Yeah,
that is a classic, bro.
Yeah,
I love that makes me laugh every time. I've heard that bare times. It makes me crease every time the shit he says in it.
there's no cake hoke, there's no shut up.
No, obviously not. There's no rappers in here, innit?
I don't know where the hell Enemy got them from.
Trust me, that's a hard list, bruv. I would suggest though you're missing a few classics, bruv. Like,
there's a few. I've definitely missed a few out. There was Lethal Busy when he marched Wiley over the Kylie rhythm. Do you remember that?
And then also Wiley's reply to him, Athlete's Foot.
Yeah, there was Cool Off from Wiley as well. That could easily made that. And yeah, man, it's just you know what I mean.
For me personally, off the top of my head, yeah, like I can't debate any of your selections, but I would say I've got to put some mentions in, bruv. I've got to say, I think Skepta and Devilman, the dubs they did for each other, so Nasty and just Devilman, Skepta diss, sorry, those two were fucking hard, bruv.
Yeah, I like Nasty. Nasty was
over Morg as well. Do you know what I mean? That was
yeah. There's definitely a few more that could have went on.
P Money Lies in the Booth. So that was your favourite dub of the? I presume then, because that's the only dub you've got from the war.
That was my favourite one. My favourite. And I liked On Sight, but for me On Sight just didn't make the top 10.
Yeah, I liked like most people say from that war. Did You Notice was the best one. That's my personal favourite one as well.
That was a good dub. That was a good dub as well.
Around the 3:30-minute mark, I remember it off the top of my head, bro. Around the 3:30-minute mark, like Doron actually dies, bro, for 2.5 years, mate. It's mad. And as well, Real Talk. In fact, to be fair, you can make a top 10 just using war dubs from that clash as well, isn't it? Because you got Steak Bake as well. Legendary. Yeah. There's so many names, bruv. I would say as well, I was surprised you didn't have any Bugsy versus Chipmunk, any from that, like relegation ridden.
I'm not 100% keen on Bugsy as an MC, so.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, you're not as big as that. Or what about Chips Pepper Ridden, bruv?
Yeah, I really did like Pepper Ridden, but for me, I think them 10 that I mentioned above that. Yeah. There was I liked God's Gift Send on the War Report CD as well. I liked that one. Mm-hmm. There's so many, you know what I mean? There's so many war dubs. I mean, a couple of years ago, someone put together a mixtape of war dubs.
Yeah.
And there's so many. There's G-Day Jaws versus Rinse, which was a underrated clash. I just love that clash. And any one of them dubs could have made it. Like Rinse, East Christmas Send, where he sent for Tinchy Strider, Wiley, and that was an excellent one. That could have made it as well. Yeah,
man. There's so many legendary war dubs over the years, isn't it? I was going to say as well, P Money versus Getz. Some of the war dubs that came out of that, Destruction of the Eiffel Tower, Suicide, fucking like some mad, and then on P Money side as well, the rhythms he spat over as well, man, legendary stuff.
That's what I like about the war dubs is sometimes like the beat is better than the actual lyrics. You know what I mean?
Yeah, trust me. Like, and you got like this is the most piss taking thing about that list, like which had Stormzy number 1. The fact that it wasn't even like it was like the Cadell, bruv. His dubs for Stormzy, they were way better, bruv. The hotlines, bruv, 1, 2, and 3.
The hotlines were mad, didn't it?
It was sick. And do you know what as well? We forgot to talk about it last week, sorry, but like World War III, that war dub for Stormzy, that for me is probably the best dub of the war. Like Stormzy, Wiley, Dot, all of them, yeah. That was sick, mate.
Yeah, that's definitely the best one to drop out of all these little dubs that have been floating about lately.
I think so. That was mad. He bodied Stormzy on that, bruv. And Stormzy not replying to that. Stormzy's obviously washed his hands of the beef now, but like,
I personally felt that Stormzy had to reply to that, really.
Yeah, man.
He said too much for you to remain silent.
Exactly. Like, there's a lot been said on there, but yeah, man. But yeah, Cadell's dub's legendary. Like, there's so many, bruv. Like, how that enemy list pissed me off, bruv. But like, that's it, man. Like,
shocking. Actually, shocking.
Trust me, bruv. Yeah, and Storm. One of my favourite ones. Yeah, Storming's. Bruv, who hasn't sent for Trim, by the way? Like, Trim's like one of them. He's just been in so many beefs. But yeah, RP Storming. But like his 9-minute mate, that I crease every time I hear that. Still years later, man. The stuff he says in that is mad. Like,
it's actually mad.
Legendary.
Definitely one of my favourite dubs of all time. Definitely.
Even it's not really a war dub, but you could even say like battle hype, like Dirty Goods when he was doing the impressions of like even like only in grime would something like that exist. Do you know what I mean? Like that's crazy.
You know the maddest thing about that is that every one of them impressions was spot on as well. You know what I mean?
Yeah, he did some good ones, innit?
Yeah, but yeah, it's a few from the Goods v Wiley war could have made it on there as well, like Cokie the Snowman.
Yes.
Yeah, you know what I mean? That's if we ever did a top 5, that's gonna be in the top 5 wars of all time as well.
Yeah, trust. Then you've got Lethal Bizzle when he was clashing Jammer like Bacon Dreads. That was pretty like that's a classic as well, isn't it?
Bacon. But yeah, Enemy, man, you got that list badly wrong.
Yeah, trust me. I think we've set the record straight there. We've mentioned a lot that definitely like, bruv, any of the ones we mentioned would be better than their selections in it. Do you know what I mean? But yeah, man. Hopefully we'll get a few more come this week, innit? Like, I want to see more people step into it. That like, I want to see JME like reply to Dot Rotten. It's probably never going to happen, but like, you know, people like that. Do you know what I mean? Like,
we can only hope, innit? We can only hope.
Exactly, but yeah, look out for. So what can we expect this week? Look out for Novelist's album.
Novelist.
I think P Money's dropping a single this week. I know President T. He's got a project coming soon. I think he's got a war dub ready for someone, innit? The way he's been chatting, I think that's what's going to happen now. And like President T, he hasn't been in a war for. I think last war he was in was against Trim.
Trim, yeah.
Mate, like I like President T. Yeah, he's one of my favourites. Do you know what I mean? But like that dub, like he's in the graveyard in the corner shop and stuff. Like the bars in that, man, that was not levels. I'm not gonna lie, but like I love President. I'm looking like to.
He's so unique, isn't it? He's so unique.
I love him, bro.
He's got his own lane.
Yeah,
definitely got his own lane. But yeah, man, like I'd like to see a couple more MCs step up as well. I'm hoping that the likes of Big Zoo, because but Big Zoo's got a lot of outside music work. I know he's got his own cooking show coming up in it on TV. Right, yeah. So I don't know if he's gonna have the time to reply, but I'd love to see him reply because like I rate him highly as an MC in it. So. Yeah. But yeah, man, I'd like to see a couple of people that got mentioned actually send a dub and let's see where it goes from there, innit?
Yeah, man. And what's the excuse as well, bruv? Like, what's Saskila doing? Do you know what I'm saying? For example, do you know what I mean? Like, drill minister and all of that. You know, like, there's what's actually stopping people like him or Big Zoo replying? Do you know what I mean? Oh, yeah, like you say, Big Zoo's got other things, but still, like, yeah, man. The grime scene's in a great place right now, and yeah, and then Godfather 3 that could drop any. Like it could drop, like, do you know what I mean? In the next hour, it could drop in the next month. We never know. But like,
exactly. That's Wiley for you, man.
Yeah, man. Plenty to look forward to, and we'll be back next week to talk about whatever happens in it.
Yeah. Hopefully, there's a lot more to talk about next week.
Yeah, man.
Grime Scene, pull your finger out and start firing them shots, man.
Exactly, bruv. So yeah, thanks for everyone that's listening. Especially if you're on SoundCloud, we're on there now. Make sure you share that. Share it. SoundCloud, YouTube, Twitter. That's where we live now. Make sure you're subscribing, following, sharing, everything. That's the only way we can grow, innit?
Yeah, definitely. Big up all the subscribers and the people that listen.
Yeah, man. Big up all the supporters, innit?
Yeah, big up.
But yeah, man. And we'll see you all next week.
Peace.